welcome in. Welcome to your first session. We're gonna make today pretty easy, just some general questions, just really get to know you a little bit and really just, really understand you as a person today, okay? All right. How you feeling today? You feeling all right? How was the trip here? Okay. Got any plans for the weekend? All right. Well, we can begin. Let me just grab this. This will be your file right here. We'll just, you know, put all our information about you right inside this file, so that'd be all documented. Okay. We can start off with what's your name? Last name. Okay. All right. And date of birth. Okay. And where were you born? Okay. I've actually always wanted to go. Yeah, I've never got the chance to really go out there, Hopefully sometime this year I can get out there, Yeah. Okay. And highest level of education? Okay. All right. Okay, we can start off. So when you woke up this morning, how did you feel? Okay. And what did you do when you got up? Yeah, especially nowadays in this generation, most of us all do the same thing. Pick up our phone, check and see if we got any messages, missed calls. Yeah, it's pretty typical. Okay. And okay, so you got up, checked your phone. What'd you do after that? Okay, we'll take a laugh around that. Okay, did you have work? Did you do anything? Okay, you got work. And what do you do for work? Okay, and how's the job? Okay, you like it? Okay, how long have you been working there for? Oh, really? Wow. Yes. Okay. Oh, that too. All right. Okay, so after work, what did you do after that? Got some groceries. Usually, like on a day-to-day basis, what do you usually eat? Like, what do you consume inside of your body? Okay. You're more of like a protein type of person now. Okay. Fruits every once in so often. Okay. And so you got your groceries. Then what you do? You went home. Okay. Cooked as well. Alright. What about after you cooked? Okay, just sat down, watched Netflix. Relax. And for your night? Just sat inside, chilled. Okay. Typical day. Alright. So let's really get more towards your earlier days growing up wise. So you mentioned that you grew up playing. Okay. So what are some early memories that you have? Let's say you and do you have any siblings? Okay. sisters, two older brothers. Okay. So you're the youngest, you're the baby. How's that like growing up with like older siblings and you being the baby? Okay. Yeah, per usual, you know how they like to treat us babies. Yeah, I'm not the baby, but I'm like right in the middle, so you know, trust me, I get it. Okay. And what about your parents? Were they together or separate? Oh, okay, married. Okay. And how was that dynamic like with your mom and your dad? Like, what were your relationship like with them? How were their relationship together? Okay. Father was very active. Mother sort of. Okay. Okay. Mm. Yep. Okay. Okay. So let's get into like school now, though. So okay, so talk about like earlier days, like elementary, like how was school like? Did you have any friends? How were you like at school? You know, your behavior. Okay. Had a lot of friends. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yo, class clown, huh? Weren't we all? Okay. Okay. Mm. Double a little bit of bullying, huh? Yeah, I hate people like that, you know. I just feel like we should all equally be treated, you know. None of us deserve to have to go through, you know, any of that. So, okay. And what about high school? Did you do any like sports or any extra activities or anything? Did anything outside of school? Okay. Basketball. Great. JROTC. How was that? Like, you know, being in JROTC, did you like it? Were you pressured into doing it? Something that you wanted to do? Like, really explain that to me a little bit. You did want to do it? Okay. 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 Yeah. Okay. How about basketball? Did you do it your full, like, whole 4 years? Okay. Were you good? Okay. All right. All right, and now we're getting out of high school now, and you know, life is now transitioning for us into like the more adult world. And how's that transition like for you? You know, having to adapt and not go to school anymore. Or did you go to school after you go to college? No. Okay. So like, how was the adult life for you after leaving high school? Now you transitioning. Okay, got a job. Got a job. Okay. Where did you get a job at? Okay. 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 And how was that like? adult life for you. Working jobs sometimes we just don't like. Can definitely understand. Okay, okay, okay. Right. And what did you do with like your first paycheck? Like what did you do? What did you spend it on? Hey, you're not wrong. Trust me and believe. I'm quick to spend my money on some food. Okay. All right. And so outside of like work and like everything like that, like what's some hobbies that you have? Like what are some things that excite you? What are some things you like to do? What are some things that you like to, spend your time towards? Okay, what can I work out? Okay. Go on walks. Mm, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. And so, how often do you go to the gym? Okay. Mhm. So you're very big on like health and staying in shape and okay, okay, okay. All right. All right. Any women in your life? Oh, I get it. Trust me, I get it. Being young, having fun. I get it. All right. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna get into a little bit of more deeper questions now. All right. So, what are your plans for, let's say, we'll go like next 5 years? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. 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 Okay. And so my next question is, how often are you like working towards these goals? Like, are these short-term goals, long-term goals? Mhm. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Okay. All right. And so let's say, for instance, right? Let's say next 5 years you come back and we go over this, right? And you don't meet some of your goals. How would you feel? Okay. Understanding. You got a great mindset. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I feel like personally, just for me speaking wise, like it's okay. Like sometimes we just won't maybe meet some of the goals, but you know, keep working towards it. Even if you don't get in the next 5 years, you may get it in the next year, you may get it a year after, or 2 years after. We don't know, but as long as you're working towards something, as long as you're making efforts to be better and do better, it's all that really matters. We're on God's timing. It's all right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, got any aspirations to having like a family, kids? Okay. Yeah. Wait, let me ask. Do you already have kids? No. Okay. Okay. That's all right. Okay. Right. Okay. And do you smoke, drink, anything? No, straight edge, straight edge, straight edge. Okay. Straight edge. Okay. Right. Well, you seem like a very healthy young man. Very healthy young man. Gotta give it to you nowadays in this generation. A lot of people smoking their lungs away, drinking their livers out. I mean, like, it's no knock to anybody, We have our own life to live. We do what we want, Not here to play anybody's father. Not here to judge you. Not one bit. Trust me, I get it. I've smoked, I've drank, I've done all this before. And I've also put it down. It's okay. No judgment. Mm-hmm. So now, let's get into more deep into like you and like your day-to-day feel, like what's really going through your head, like the emotions you may deal with that you may not speak about. So let's see. Like, I know, we get older and here come all the problems, here come all this, that, and the third, and all the responsibilities that we got to deal with. And I get it, sometimes we may not always have that outlet to really reach out to really express ourselves. And sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. I know a lot of times as men, we're always told to really suppress our feelings and just deal with it, just get back to it, and not be able to really let out that cry and let out that frustration. So like, how do you really overcome those feelings, and how do you really go about those? And like, just really want to get into like, how do you control like your feelings or emotions? Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Totally. Yeah, I get it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. And tell me, when was the last time that you've cried? Okay. Mm-hmm. Sorry for your loss. Okay. And like, honestly, going through such a tragic moment, like, how did that really make you feel, and what did that really do to you mentally up here? Okay. Okay. Yep. 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 Get it. I get it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. And since the tragic moment, like up till now, like how are you feeling now about those emotions? Like, do they still, you know, trigger you in any way? Any days you just, yeah, yeah, still, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. trust me, I am no one that you have to hide anything from, you know. I get it. This is sometimes the part of life where I know a lot of people like to clown and judge us as men for having a little cry out and just really, you know, having a shoulder to cry on, really. But in this room, this is my sanctuary of just where I can really let you be you, and just know that I will not judge you. I will not laugh at you, mock you in any sort of way. This is a safe space. And I definitely appreciate you for just really being open to me to really let all this out right now. I know it's really hard for us men to really express ourselves. And I just really tip my hat off to you for really, you know, letting it out right now and being so vulnerable. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. We can honestly leave it right there. I think I'm gonna end the session up right there. We can kind of pick up, you know, because I know we kind of done got into a lot right now, and I can kind of feel, you know, the emotions start to get to you right now. So we're not in any rush. We don't have to rush through this, you know. This is gonna be a long, you know, 6 week period of just, you know, really getting into the mind of you and really understanding you as a person, and like, you know, really trying to like help you out and really get through this. And you know, I'm here for you. Call me anytime throughout the week. Even if you want to just get an extra session in, I'm always available anytime. Okay. All right. Doing okay? Feeling all right? Definitely need it. Yeah, definitely need it. I know. I know. I sometimes try to get out there too and reach out for help as well, just for myself, because you know, even though I'm here helping you, I just need someone to help me as well. So I get it. Get it. I get it. I get it. Okay. All right. Any questions? Anything? Any concerns? Oh, okay. Well, I hope you have a great day. Take care. Can't wait to see you next session. We can get more into, you know, some more things and really, really just kind of really dissect you a little bit, you know, and really get to understand you way much more. All right. Okay. Well, you take care. It's been a pleasure.